We believe cities are about people. Mori Building.
Mitsui & Company.
Enjoy traveling around East Japan. The Shinkansen will take you to the land of nature and hospitality. East Japan Railway Company.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Mai Demizu.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan from a studio here in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
So today we'll take a look at some of the popular restaurants which specialize in serving just one dish exceptionally well.
This is Kanako Hannosuke in Nihonbashi, Tokyo. There's a long line of people waiting in the rain to get into the restaurant.
1時間待ちか満をしとったらほら混んでる時に来るともっと待つ。
What dish are they willing to wait an hour for?
メニューこれだけしかないですよ。
そうですね、うちは江戸前店の一品でやらせていただいております。
This is their one and only dish, the Edomai Tempura Bowl. The eel is too long to fit in the bowl. Rounded off with shrimps and scallops, this is a very filling meal.
タレが染みてるのに衣がサックサクですよ。ごま油の香りと後から柑橘系のその柚子の香りが来るので、本当さっぱり。これ卵。
Egg tempura is an unusual item. The half-cooked yolk that oozes out goes ever so well with the rice.
いろんな種類が食べれるから一品っていう感じはしないですね。
The chef is very particular about how he makes the dish. He uses only sesame oil for frying. It lends a rich fragrance to the crisp coating. And the popularity of this tempura bowl lies also in its sauce.
うちはタレがもう本当に命と言っても過言ではないので、はい、こだわりの秘伝のタレで。
The recipe for this excellent salty sweet sauce is a closely kept secret.
店長で僕しか今の作り方は教わってないです。企業秘密というか、はい、それだけは絶対教えられないです。
He pours a generous amount over the overflowing bowl. This tempura bowl, excellent in quality and in volume, costs about $10. It is because they've kept their menu to just one item that they can afford to keep it at this price. And what is the next restaurant?
のれんに昼飯、鯛飯としか書いてありませんが、どんなお店なんでしょう。
We are at Ginza Otatsu, busy with the lunch crowd. Here is another shop that specializes in one menu item only. This is their deluxe set meal. What this shop puts particular emphasis on is this tai meshi, or seasoned sea bream rice. One bite and you can enjoy the flavor and firmness of the sea bream. The secret to this tai meshi is...
金目鯛です。
鯛飯も金目鯛。
They use the top quality Alfonsino in their tai meshi rice. They purchase them every morning at the Tsukiji fish market. Here's how they prepare it. After cutting, the fatty fish is placed in the oven. They broil it until it is golden. The flavorful fish is greatly enhanced by the flavor of the rice, which is cooked in stock taken from the fish. The broiled fish is mixed into the rice cooked in the concentrated goodness of the Alfonsino. This enhances the texture and flavor of the dish to the fullest. Stock is taken from the head and backbone of the fish for the miso soup. The simmered head of the Alfonsino also makes an extravagant dish. Their set meal also includes almost translucent Alfonsino sashimi and a simmered dish of seasonal fish caught just that morning. All this for just $12. And what's more, you can ask for as many servings of the rice as you like. The customers seem very satisfied, but can they really keep operating when charging such a low price?
うちの母体は、明治から続く魚屋です。
This shop is run by a fish wholesaler in Tsukiji. As they are an established business with a solid reputation among fish connoisseurs, they can purchase the best fish at the best prices, enabling their restaurant to specialize in just one menu item and serving as much as its customers like. This Thai meshi rice is a great bargain, available only for lunch. Our next restaurant that serves just one menu item is located near the Kabukiza Theatre.
下にビーフヘレカツサンド専門店って書いてます。
This is their only menu item, the filet cutlet sandwich.
これはちょっと上品なサンドですよ。中が何とも言えないこのミディアムレアなんですって。
This piping hot sandwich looks very filling, and the filet mignon inside is a good size. The crunchy breading added to the tender meat creates an excellent texture. They are quite selective of the meat they use, only the best filet mignon. This is sliced into steaks. They bread the steaks and they fry the steaks quickly at a high temperature in order to preserve the tenderness of the meat. In order to enhance the texture of the meat, the bread is toasted. The secret to the tastiness is a savory sauce that is left to sit for 4 days. Ingredients such as tomatoes and grated apples are added to chicken stock to create a rich flavor.
衣がサクサクしてるんですけど、お肉の方は柔らかくてすごく美味しいです。
ビーフカツサンドっていう感じにしてはあっさりしてます。だから食べやすい。
This shop started out in Osaka as a restaurant specializing in Western cuisine. When they opened up in Tokyo, they made the decision to narrow down their menu to this one item.
カツサンドっていうとやっぱり豚がすごく多いんですけども、関西は割と牛がすごく多くてですね、あえてこのカツサンドの一品の方がお客様に響くんではないかというこの文化への挑戦ですね。はい。
This highly perfected sandwich costs about $20. They also have a half-size serving for $10. The next restaurant is in downtown Tokyo. This shop prepares just 20 servings a day of a traditional Japanese dish.
今日はこれを食べよう、食べたいってあれで来たんで、すごい満足してます。
お待ちどうさま、あさり丼になります。う
わ、あさり丼。
Out came a clam bowl filled with so many clams it hides the rice.
まず身の弾力に驚きますね。すっごいあさりの香りとエキスがどんどん出てきます。
This dish presents the clams at their very best. It has taken this chef years of practice to bring out this flavor. The tasty clams go into some thickened soy sauce. In order to keep the flavors of the ingredients at their best, each order is prepared separately. This means that some customers may be kept waiting over 20 minutes for their order.
あさり丼食べるということで来てますから、ですから多少待つことはもう覚悟の上で。
The chef is especially particular about the clams he uses. He accepts only extra large clams from Chiba Prefecture.
それ以外ですとちょっとこの味が私出ないと思ってしまうのでね、入荷がない日がありまして、その時は致し方なく休業させていただくんですよ。
He is so particular that he won't open for business unless he has the clams that he wants. A look at his calendar shows
こちらの赤のマークの日はですね、当店の休業日になってまして、
1週間で3日間しか営業してないってことですか？
そうですね、6月の第1週目は3日間の営業でしたね。
There are months when he is closed more often than he is open.
儲けようとか利益を出すとかは二の次になりましたね。お客様に充実していただくこと。
This is a dish chock full of the wonderful flavor of clams and the thoughtfulness of the chef.
Well, that's it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll be showing you a documentary program, so stay tuned.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green solar power systems in Singapore.
Sistem AC ramah lingkungan di Indonesia.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
The Sport Truck. New Mitsubishi Triton.
Drive at Earth Mitsubishi Motors.
Let's enjoy Japan.
Wonderful.
I knew you'd like this.
You know me so well. Where to next?
Golf.
Wonderful.
Japanese garden.
That's wonderful too.
Onsen with a Fujisan view.
Wonderful.
Let's go then.
いらっしゃいませ. Wonderful.
Incredible.
Smiles ahead. Seibu Group.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we'll be showing you some of our popular documentary programs. Today, from Japanese Dream by TBS, we'll introduce a researcher in nursing care.
With first of its kind in the world technology, this company is always filled with visitors.
It's amazing. It's fantastic. Everything has impressed me today.
Even Prime Minister Abe has been for an inspection. The world has been left dumbfounded at certain movements that have been thought to be impossible by robots. Their inventor is Hirofumi Tamai, also known as Mr. Robot.
ロボットの技術者が何を貢献できるかといった時に、僕たちは自分の持ってる技術をですね全部出して、とにかくこの人の役に立ちたい、こう思うんですね。
It is this brain motor that can fulfill his dreams. The brain motor is applied not only to robots, but also to many other devices with great potential in dramatically changing our lifestyles.
腰痛の職員はたくさんいます。こういうの出てくるともうすごく助かります。はい。
We followed the man who devotes his life to developing helpful robots.
I have a dream.
We have a dream.
After lunch, Tamai begins to suddenly doodle something.
こんな感じでね、ブラシが生えてて、これがぐーっと回ってるね。これは何ですか？お掃除ロボット。ここは吸盤になってるね。だからペタペタと吸い付きながら上げていく。
Whenever he has time, Tamai jots down ideas that pop up in his mind. It is this dream robo that made his name, Mr. Robot, quickly known to the world. Four years ago at the Shanghai Expo, the sight of it laboriously clambering up walls was identified with a hard-working Japanese businessman and was brought to the attention of many people. Above all, the humanoid that can climb vertically by its own ability made a big impact worldwide, being the first technology of its kind in the world. It is common knowledge that a human-shaped robot can weigh around 100 kilograms as a result of being crammed with a computer as its brains, wiring, motors, and controls. However, Tamai succeeded in realizing his first-in-the-world vertically climbing humanoid by reducing the robot's weight to a third. It was a certain invention of his that held the secret to making it possible.
この夢ロボの中ですね、こんなんですよ。カップになってるんですけど。
Expecting to see it stuffed with machine parts and electrical wires, we are surprised to see it is rather empty. It is 35 kilograms, about the same weight as a child. Until now, a robot's controller and driving system has required many parts. Tamai has squeezed all those parts into this tiny motor. Named Cool Muscle, it is a motor with a controller that can think for itself. A conventional robot system consists of one controller that sends signals to each robotic joint motor. Due to the large amounts of communications traffic, the control tower, the brain of a robot, is overloaded and thus can lead to errors, as well as weight increase of wires and so forth. However, if Tamai's thinking motors, each with a brain, are used, there is no need for a control tower, as individual motors will send necessary signals to relevant motors at necessary times. Not only is it simple and improbable for errors, masses of wires are not required. A brain motor that can think. Its capability is astounding. This dance-like movement is achieved by the varying speeds of only 3 motors. Fine and coordinated movements in a 3-dimensional space that demand high precision are now possible. As the motors converse with one another and control themselves according to the movement next to them, it is even intelligent enough to modify any out-of-time motion. With this, Tamai accomplished vertical movement that was said to be difficult for humanoid robots.
ロボットの筋肉に当たる部分ですね。これちょっとモーターの中にですね、いろんな頭脳が入っておりまして、ネットワークにつなぎますと自由自在に結構賢く動くんですね。ですからいろんなそのテーマパークでキャラクターが動いたりしてるじゃないですか。ああいうところにもよく使われてますし。
Thanks to the epoch-making invention of the thinking motor, the weight of robots can now be halved. Yet, Mr. Robot aims for further weight reduction. Tamai dedicated himself to analyzing human movement so that he can reduce and keep only the most crucial of robotic parts. He searched for motions that are essential for a vertically climbing robot. This is what he focused on. 3 areas of the feet and hands that support the body. Waist-twisting movement so that the knees don't hit the cliff. Tamai was convinced that if these 2 things can be put into practice, a vertically climbing robot could be built. From there, Tamai worked on a thorough removal of any irrelevant motion and cut down on the number of motors. From requiring around 26 motors overall for all the joints to now only 6. The number has been cut down to less than a fourth. Though reducing the number of his vaunted thinking motors, Tamai goes through with his chipping off philosophy. This has helped him defeat the walls of impossibility. His next challenge is a patient transfer assistance robot, for which there was a big demand.
ニーズをどんどん言っていただいて、エンジニアとしてですね、あの手この手で。
When assisting with the transferring of patients, carers often have to be in a stooping stance. There are endless cases of staff having to leave due to severe backache.
やっぱり腰痛は介助者の悩みの、一番の悩みだと思うので、そこが改善されたらすごく、離職率も減ると思いますし。
The goal is to build a robot that can aid like a human or as close as possible to one. Firstly is a thorough movement analysis, Tamai at his best.
角度見といてな、彼がどんな腰の角度ですか。
He picks up on some important factors. The first point is creating a gentle lifting motion as though cradling a baby. The second point is making sure the machine is user-friendly so that it can be used privately for care at home.
で、人をこのまま、リフトして、
一番しんどいところをロボットに任せる。
Tamai's chipping off philosophy kicks in again.
こういったらここいらんやん。これもやめん。
Tamai indicates, couldn't the motor and prop be made into one?
強度的にはいいやろ。
Over 4 years of research, careful improvements were added. This resulted in the birth of a new patient transfer assistance robot. It was named Sasuke. With controls at the tip of your fingers, patients can be picked up and transferred from beds to wheelchairs and wheelchairs to beds. On this day, Tamai's robot was given the opportunity of being tried out at a nursing home. Currently at nursing homes, these sling-type transferring devices are generally used. Many people concerned had flocked to ascertain the cradling-type robot and its ability. This elderly lady, who always uses a wheelchair, will act as a monitor. Everything is ready, and it is now time to transfer her from the bed to the wheelchair. Tamai's wish of wanting to help people with robotic technology hangs in the air. The elderly lady is slowly lifted up. Next is moving to the wheelchair. Tamai appears to be praying silently as he looks on. What sometimes takes 3 members of staff was done by 1. Seeing the elderly lady smile, Tamai naturally walks over.
おばちゃんありがとう。どうも。私このロボットをね作った人なんです。
でも本当これはねいいと思いますよ。
ああよかった。おばあちゃん笑ってくれたらねもう作りがいがあります。これねもっと改良して。1号機はおばあちゃんのために持ってきますか。
お願いします。
はい。
This day was marked as a memorable event for Tamai.
よかったな。いかがですか今のことを聞いて。嬉しいわ本当。初めてねまあ本格的に乗ってくれました。よかったよかったもう笑顔作ってくれて。
The day came for Sasuke to be unveiled to the public. Wheelchair users and those who did nursing in their own homes showed keen interest in the convenience and easy controls of transferring those dependent on care.
今回見て欲しいなって言ってね本当に言ってくれる人多いです。やっぱりあったかい雰囲気の中でねやっぱり最後までね世話をしてあげるという環境をやっぱ作らんといかんと思うし、それの一つの助けになると思うんでね。
Up until today, Tamai's skills had not been paid any attention by anyone in the country. Things have been turned around as now he is overwhelmed with business negotiations. The professionals of care send a message to Tamai.
乗り心地は良かったと思います。動かしてる時は不安感はなかったので。
将来性ありますかね。
あると思います。これやっぱり一人で簡単に解除できるっていうのは一番いい介護職員が誰でも使えるっていうものじゃないと意味がないので。
やはりサスケは締め付け感もないしやっぱり下から支えるという昔お母さんに抱っこしてもらった思い出とかそういうのもあってやっぱり安心感があるんじゃないのかなとは思いましたね。
かなり大変なんですか重労働なんですか。
はい腰痛の職員はたくさんいます。
そうですか、はい、こういうの出てくると
もうすごく助かります。はいなので、はい、どんどん開発していただいて使いやすくて安全な器具をたくさん作っていただきたいなと思ってます。
すごいねいや感動しました。やっぱり人にですね 感動を与えるとか言ったらちょっと大げさなんですが、いろんなことで人に楽しみを与えたりですね、喜んでいただいたりするものを作ってきて、これがやっぱり私のライフワークかなというふうに思ってますので、こんなロボットがあったらいいな、あるいはこんなロボット作ってほしいという話がありましたら、ぜひ届けてください。頑張って考えます。
We have a list of the functions that are scheduled to be developed. So you can see robots to assist the elderly during their outings and carrying their luggage, or assist them while they take baths, bathroom assistance, and even detecting when they fall.
Well, after the break, we'll be showing you a popular economics program, Gachirin Monday, so don't go away.
Tomorrow never ends with you. With you, it won't. When the morning falls, we there so long. Well, I know we'll never.
For life's greatest moments. Bridgestone.
Myanmar, Red, United, 世界への挑戦 Passion, Spirit. 次のプレミアムフィールドへ。
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we show you an episode from popular economics program, Gachirin Monday by TBS. Today's theme is hunters.
Today, rather than hunters of wild animals, we'll be introducing people who are called hunters because they hunt and find necessary items for individual industries in different ways.
Yes. So we take a look at how these hunters are making profits in their various businesses.
First, we flew to Akita to meet with a shrewd hunter. This is the Akita Research Institute of Food and Brewing.
ハンターですか？ハンターです。
This is Keitaro Takahashi, and he makes money by hunting microbes. At this research center, they research malted rice and yeast, which are used for making miso and soy sauce. He's in charge of the yeast. He discovered a type of yeast which is now widely used.
日本中で使われてますパン工房の一つである白神小玉工房を取りました。
This yeast makes bread dough fluffy in texture. Yeast is usually used in making bread. Lately, it has become very popular among bakeries throughout Japan to make homemade bread from wild yeast made from fruits, vegetables, or rice. Shirakami Kodama yeast started the popularity. We asked the baker what it's like.
暴れん坊ですね。ふわっとした軽いパンがありますね。
The secret behind its success is how it makes bread fluffier thanks to its strong fermentability. We experimented by making 2 loaves of bread, one with regular yeast and the other with Shirakami Kodama yeast under the same conditions. The bread made with the Shirakami Kodama yeast on the right is fluffier. The annual sales of bread made with this wild yeast are $30 million. Mr. Takahashi is the person who discovered the microbe to make this yeast. Yeast can be extracted from fruits, vegetables, and other familiar foods. But he searches the mountains to find yeast in the deepest parts. We accompanied him to see what his hunting is like. We headed to the Shirakami mountain range, a World Heritage Site. This is where he discovered the microbe to make Shirakami Kodama yeast.
ここから入りますか。ここから。
All of a sudden, he began climbing the steep mountain. He climbs up rapidly, pushing aside the undergrowth. We ask why he ventures in such places.
この森っていうのは実は8000年以上同じ状態なんですよ。ここですか。でここは人が入りにくい、まあご存知のかなり急な斜面登ってきましたけども、人が入りにくいと。
The most important thing in hunting microbes is searching in undisturbed places. It is in these places that potential treasure microbes can be found. We followed the hunter into the wild forests. The higher you go, the steeper it gets. After about an hour of climbing, Mr. Takahashi approached a giant fallen tree.
結局これが全部腐って土になるわけですから、それを土にしてくれるのが微生物ということなんで、まあこれも完全にこの白くなっているの微生物が見えてる。で、これですね。これ微生物がこう白くした。そうですね。
Rotten trees are what micro hunters look for. Aged, large trees contain a lot of nutrients, and there is a higher chance of finding rare microbes. He has found as many as 7,000 microbes in the Shirakami mountain range.
実用化してるっていうのは2株だけなんです。2株。
But only 2 kinds out of the thousands of microbes he found ended up being profitable. At the research center, the microbes are stored in a freezer at a temperature of minus 80 degrees Celsius. Next, we headed to Gifu Prefecture to find another hunter. We visited a hunter at a local supermarket that was extremely crowded. An all-you-can-pack event was being held. They are becoming common in discount supermarkets. A bag of chicken wings is only $2. Shrimp and various kinds of fish cakes are pushed into plastic bags. All-you-can-pack vegetables are also popular. This customer was shoving in as many cucumbers as possible. Even vegetables that are not part of the all-you-can-pack sale are reasonably priced. We were told the person who maintains this supermarket is a shrewd hunter. We found a man who looked like he could be the one.
すいません。はい。もしかして。はい。すごいハンターですか。
まあ呼ばれる方はそう言われますわね。
あ、そうですか。
野菜のハンターということで。
野菜のハンターですか。
はい、そうです。はい、いらっしゃい。
His name is Motohachi Miyado. He always gets whatever vegetable he wants for a good price. We headed to the Central Wholesale Market at 4 a.m. to see how he works. We were curious to see how he purchases fresh fruits and vegetables from various places.
相場は競りやないで相対やもんで、はい、
1対1でやる。
そうそうそうそう。
He negotiates with the wholesalers one-on-one to determine prices. We heard his negotiation skills are excellent. First, he went to see an onion wholesaler.
今日は金曜朝一。
何を意味するのか。
After some friendly chatting, he looked down at the onions and began his appraisal. He doesn't utter a word. Uncomfortable silence continued between the two. Then,
いくらでやってくれん。
he finally said a few words.
キロで1800円。
The hunter doesn't agree to the price.
いや、あなたがよう言わな私言うわ。
何を。
1200円にしといてよ。
Breaking the silence, the hunter asked the wholesaler to make it $12, a large discount of $6. Surprisingly, the wholesaler accepted the price. Then Mr. Miyado headed to buy eggplants.
ここにしといて。ここにしといて、ここに。
Again, the hunter doesn't agree. Even for 50 cents, he doesn't give up easily. Even for vegetables that are hard to lower prices for, he pushes for a discount. Next, he succeeded in lowering the price of cabbage to $1 per head, or 30% cheaper. Then he succeeded in getting a 20% discount on mushrooms for 75 cents. This is how he gets such discounts. Mr. Miyado worked at the market as a wholesaler for 40 years.
我々の業務してみるもんで、やっぱなかなか裏事情もよしとるもんで。
Because he knows everything about the market, he can tell the bottom price of each vegetable instantly.
うんと言わないですもんね。こっちが提案してもすぐにうんということはまずない。
Next, we went to Ginza, Tokyo, to visit the office of another hunter.
ハンターさんですか？ハンターです。
This is Yukikazu Mitsuhashi. Let's see what he hunts.
ロケ地ハンターです。撮影場所を見つけてくる仕事です。
A location hunter is a person who finds suitable places for clients to film movies and TV dramas.
基本的にドンピシャでそこでやれるっていうことはあんまり CM の場合はないので、そう見える場所。
Because permits are usually hard to obtain, it is up to his skills to find a similar location. The hunter got a request to find a place like the main shopping street in Shibuya. He went somewhere far away from Shibuya.
川崎です。
The hunter went to commercial facilities in Kawasaki, Kanagawa Prefecture. The buildings are more like those in Italy, so it looks very different from the shopping street of Shibuya.
歩道橋？はいはいはいはい。アーチ？はい。あれが映らないように撮ればいいし。
When the cameraman zoomed in and avoided to film the bridge, it looks pretty much like the shopping street of Shibuya.
大掛かりな撮影が多いので、もちろんセンター街では撮影ができないし、昼間はそんなに人が歩いてないし、僕らとしてはすごくコントロールしやすい。
Far from the city, there are only a few people walking on the weekdays. With less people, the film crew can bring in large equipment and use many extras. An important job of the location hunter is to find scarcely populated places. Next, he received a request to find a town which looks like a foreign country. When he receives such a request, he often uses this place.
ここは日本大通り。日本大通りです。はい。
There are many Western-style buildings, streetlights, and brick buildings of the former Yokohama Mitsui Busan building. It looks like scenery in London. If they want a place that looks like Manhattan, they use Yokohama Joho Bunka Center. This area provides various location options. Also, he uses the Yumigahama Beach in Shizuoka when clients want a beach like those in Okinawa. If a client is looking for an airport, he suggests the Telecom Center in Odaiba. Every day he walks around looking for places that can be used for filming. So, we asked how much he makes per scout.
まあ4、500いっちゃいますかね。4、500？はい。4、500万。はい。
Depending on the project, the job can make a lot of money.
Well, very interesting. If these hunters discover something very, very special, it may lead to a new and big business opportunity in the future.
It certainly could.
Yes.
The view is almost like peering down on the star-filled night sky at your feet. It's the city at night seen from a height of 450 meters. Make unforgettable memories. City lights stretching for as far as the eye can see. Find it at Tokyo Skytree.
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that? I don't know. The talk of the world. Kobelco.
We do our jobs with sincerity and integrity to make a better living environment for the people and our society. Today's work, tomorrow's heritage. Shimizu Corporation.
Omron is a company like no other. It defines expectations because engineers are constantly working on something new. Machines that are attuned to the way people think and move. Therein lies technology that will one day help the future. We automate. Omron.
Well, this is it for this edition of Channel Japan. We'll be showing you more on the latest information from Japan, so make sure to tune in next time.